Hi, Mike Stott here. I'm your president for 2024 of your Cherokee Association of Realtors, and I just have to say how proud I am of your board of directors. We've been at a meeting all last week at the state legislative conference. We met with our local legislators. Before that, we were at the Cherokee Economic Summit. So this video is going to be a little bit of longer, and you're going to have some handouts that will, cover things in a little bit more detail. But I just want to remind you, as always, I know you serve your communities, protect private property rights, and elevate our profession every single day with the clients that you serve. Just to go through the numbers for Cherokee County, our median price is, up from $430 to $455, January 23 to January 24. Oops, there's a mistake there. I'll correct that for next month. But we have the start of 2024 going. The number of sales was down dramatically to 211. From 217 last month, but the high of 397. I'll have some good news on those numbers, but those go all the way back to 2015 to see similar numbers. In fact, 2012 and 2013, similar numbers. And if we look at the population growth of nearly 30-40% since then, the numbers should be much higher. January was a slow month. Number of days on the market, if we look at the median sales price, that's the same information we just showed you, sort of in a different format. You can see what the median sales price has done over the last year, which has held pretty steady around 455 to 470. Just some interesting numbers. Here's what I find so fascinating as I go into FMLS and look at the data. By the way, all of this data so far is from our first MLS service. Active number of listings down 25 from last month to 621 active listings. The median list price is $599,900. What I find interesting is if we look at what's selling, is the median price is $455. So basically $150,000 higher is what the median price is for a slightly larger home, significantly more dollars per square foot. We have 558 detached homes on the market. 84 of them are asking over $1 million. We have 63 detached homes on the market. There's, at 285,000 being the lowest. The median price is right at 445,000. Under the median price of 455, we have 164 homes for sale in Cherokee County. Taking that further to what many would consider as attainable housing or workforce housing, under 300,000, we have 14 homes for sale. 4 of those are modular homes, of course, which have different lending requirements. 6 need major work. 2 are townhouses, and 2 are move-in ready single-family houses. And in January, we had 1 home expire or withdraw that was not immediately relisted or sold. Good news, I said I'd give you some good news today, is we have 461 under contract, which means that 211 closed last month ought to be much closer to 350, 360 in February of this year. So that's the good news. As I mentioned, I had the good fortune of sitting in the second row listening to Dr. Yoon, our national economist for the National Association of Realtors, speaking in person at our state legislative conference. Just a plug, you ought to go there. Here's the biggest slide, the most important slide. If you have nothing else and you get nothing else from this video, the average renter in 2019 had $7,300 in wealth. And 4 years later, they have $10,400 in wealth. The average homeowner had $295,000 in wealth in 2019, and the average homeowner in 2022 had $396,000 in wealth. So the renters gained about $3,000 in $3,100 in wealth, while homeowners gained over $100,000. Wow. Is there a reason to own? Right there? Share that with all your potential buyers out there. What he also mentioned is we have a lot of pent-up demand. In the next 2 years, we're going to have 7 million newborn babies. I just pull out my calculator and I go 7 million divided by 730, that's 9,589 babies are born every day. There's going to be 3 million marriages. There's going to be 1.5 million divorces. 7 million of us are going to turn 65 in the next 2 years. I'm just going to miss that. Give me 3 years. We're going to have 4 million deaths. We're going to have 4 million net new jobs, and we're going to have 50 million job switches. These are reasons why people are going to buy and sell over the next 2 years. My favorite demographic lately is I'm working with people that are looking for their forever homes with masters on the main and a little less maintenance. We've got 2 under contract today with that. So are the mortgage rates getting ready to fall? Absolutely. If we look last year when they peaked, at 7.5%, 8%, the consumer price inflation index was over 8%. It was at 3.4% in December, and we just got the numbers for January released this morning. It's at 3.1%. So we're in the right direction, and we should start seeing the Fed lowering, if not in March at their next meeting, the interest rates. Most experts are predicting 6 to 7% by early spring. The rents are calming down, meaning they're not going up as much as they should. In some places, they're taking longer to rent, and they're actually coming down in price. That's going to hold down this consumer price index or inflation index and allow the feds to cut rates easily. These other 2 comments, the spread with the government bond, if you have more interest in it, look at the attachment with says Dr. Yoon, Georgia, 2024. Closed sales, this just shows nationwide the numbers year to date. We're down from 2021, 168,000 down to 121,000 per month. If you look, it just went down tremendously. This is Georgia's figures, This isn't a national figure, but we dropped significantly, 121,000 closed sales in 2023. Annual home sales nationally, we were at the lowest rate since 1995. And the total home sales, what they're predicting in 2024 is we're going to go up from 3.8 million and go up to about 4.6, 4.7 million. The blue bar are new home sales, and they're going up. It's going to be a larger number. We have a lot of new home development here in Georgia around Cherokee County. It's going to help us work with buyers and sellers. And, Dr. Yoon's last presentation, he's hot on Georgia. He thinks Georgia is great. He especially likes Savannah, but he likes our area too because of the job growth that we have. You can see in Atlanta, the metropolitan standardized area, our price has gone up. We just showed you, we're at 455, so we're above the Atlanta average. The payroll jobs in Georgia, if we look at thousands in the last, 4 years, has gone from about 4 million up to 5 million, or a 25% increase. And just in Atlanta, we see the same sort of 25% increase. The dip, just COVID. So as I said, these are like 10 or 11 of the slides from Dr. Yoon's, 3 hour or hour and a half long presentation. There's a lot of other slides that if you like this sort of information, take a look at it. We are also going to receive the notes from our Economic Sun, the State of the Cherokee County address. It's 3 pages in the Shorts notes. We're going to send that out to you. These are things, as I said, I was so proud of the board of directors and the people that joined us at these 2 things. It's part of your dues dollars supporting you and getting the education that you need to help your buyers and sellers make the best decisions possible. So as always, we're leaders, educators, and advocates. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of the work we're doing. If you have any questions, shoot me an email at mike.stott@mac.com.